Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video we are going to take a close look at the Evercade. I'm a little bit late to the party, and the reason why, because I bought it myself, and especially I waited a very long time, because I didn't feel the need to pick it up from the first day. I did watch some videos from fellow YouTubers and I feel intrigued to getting this, but there were some things that was holding me back and that we're going to talk about in this video. Maybe we have a similar problem, and to begin with, this device comes in different packs. There are a lot of different options, but I think this is a product that is going to niche himself down, because nowadays we're going to get a lot of different devices from China, but did Evercade bring something different to the table? But if this is something for you, that is what we're going to find out today. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so we have different packs when it comes to the Evercade. We have just the basic pack that we're going to get the handheld itself, and we're having more like the deluxe version that you're seeing here that comes included 3 cartridges. And with the cartridges, there is where we're going to get something very unique now, even in 2021, when it comes to the Evercade, and makes this thing stand out between all of these different handhelds. But the premium pack is, in my opinion, a very good deal, because in the end this device is indeed ready to play again. But let's do a quick unboxing for you guys to show you how everything looks. So the first thing we're seeing is, of course, the manual. The quick start guide is a little bit of a toilet paper manual, but the first thing I'm noticing is that, just sniff it. This thing, oh, man, it smells very nice. Okay, we're going to take a close look later at the handheld. First, the games. We're going to get 3 multi-game cards. One is Interplay Collection 1, Namco Museum Collection 1, and then we're going to get the Atari Collection number 1. So 3 cartridges with a lot of different games on it, and of course we're going to get the micro USB cable, but there is no charger. But even if they are multi-game cards, you can see we're going to get a lot of different games we can play out of the box with these 3 multi-game cards, but the collections are like a mix. One cartridge only has 6 games and one has a lot of them. I had some second doubts when it comes to the quality. I did hear some other YouTubers say they didn't really like it, or they felt more like a plastic fantastic. So that was something that I really wanted to check it out for myself. And I must say, I was surprised. The reason why is very simple, because I find it a very pleasant handheld to hold in my hands for a very long time. And it weighs very heavy. So let's take a closer look at the weight itself. First of all, without a cartridge it weighs 280 grams, so that's just okay. Let's take a close look when it comes with a cartridge. 230 grams. It's not a big difference, but it is a difference. The D-pad, it's more like the floating D-pad. I really like those D-pads, but how does it play? I noticed when playing some shmups, or better said, if you're playing some fighting games, there we're going to notice that this is a very responsive D-pad, and personally I like it. But the thing I didn't like is when you're playing some old games. But when I wanted to play an old game like Pac-Man and Dig Dug, I noticed I really need to get used to the D-pad, because it responds very different than when you're playing a fighting game. And under the D-pad we're going to get this clickish menu button. What can you do with it? Very simple. When you're having it in the main menu, here we can change out some aspect ratio, screen brightness, menu sound and language. And when you're going to get into the game itself, there we're even going to get some more options. So when you're playing a game and you're pressing the menu button again, the thing that we're going to get some save slots. So we have a couple of them for quick load, quick save, and also here we can enter the settings and change out the screen aspect ratio. Alright, so here we're going to get the A, B, X and the Y buttons, and they feel like quality buttons, so I was very pleased with it. And playing some games I noticed I didn't have any problems, and of course we're going to get the clickies select and start that we're going to need in the games. Over there we're going to get 2 speakers. I was a little bit disappointed because they are not very loud, but they sound pretty good. Volume control in the left bottom corner. Over here it works just fine. But let's listen to some soundtracks. And just wanted to show you how does it sound. But if you don't want to use the speakers, we also have the option for headphone, and we're having here the micro USB for charging. Over there we're going to get very nice clickish shoulder buttons and the on off switch and the HDMI out. Yep, a feature that is very interesting, the HDMI, but you need to have like a mini HDMI to HDMI converter, and this thing was not included. So we're going to play some old school Double Dragon 2 on your television. You will use the device as a controller, so the display will be shut down, as you can see here in the video. And overall the performance was very good, and I had a lot of pleasure playing this game on my television. But so far I know there is no way of adding an extra control to it. So what separates this device with all the other ones? Very simple, we can have some cartridges. So I just want to do a quick overview of the 3 cartridges that I have here. So the first one is the Namco Museum Collection 1. The name already says it, Collection 1. So it's a multi-game card, and they are dividing their games over multi-cards. So it's going to be a lot of multi-game cards that you can collect for your Evercade. The only downside I find with these, let's say, cartridges, there are like a couple of games on them, sometimes 4, sometimes 2, and sometimes a lot. And there will always be games that you don't like. But where this Evercade in this jungle of handhelds will be like something new, is very simple. You're going to get like real physical media. You can support creators like big companies, but also like indie developers with their games and play them on the go or on your television. The cartridges feel plastic fantastic, they are lightweighted, but on overall they look very nice, and of course the shell itself is unique to the Evercade. When you're looking at older device like the Neo Geo X that uses an SD card. Plugging them in feels like a very nice high quality product. And fun fact, if you're turning on the game and you plug out the cartridge, I would not recommend doing that because there is no locking mechanism like with the old school Game Boy. The game will not freeze and basically will still keep loading. The display they're using in this Evercade, I must say I was not the biggest fan of it. It looks nice and colorful, but it is not an IPS panel so far you can see, because the view angle is not great. The menus, yeah, they're like very nice, very basic. In this case we're going to get the couple of games that were on the Interplay disc, but just want to give you a quick look how it will look in the menu. But what are you going to get when it comes to the games and the quality? So in overall, like, they are using 8-bit, 16-bit games. But I know that this system is capable of running up to PlayStation 1, and that makes this device have a lot of potential for future game collection. How cool would it be if you can have like a Tekken collection on your Evercade? In my opinion, it's like a mixed bag, of course, because some people will hate this because you're only having a couple of games, but I think it's just a really cool way you can just collect your games and play them on the go. Sadly, what I don't like about it, like if you're having like the Interplay games and you just want to play Interplay games, you need to have like 2 cartridges to bring them all with you. But discovering new games in 2021 is something nothing new for me, because I didn't even play this game at all. So that is what I find really cool. Sometimes you're thinking, is this a really cool game? I didn't want this. But when you're actually playing it, it can be a lot of fun. Coming back to some familiar titles like Earthworm Jim, the games look fantastic on the display itself. Again, it's not an IPS display, but it looks still very colorful. In combination with the nice controls, and the emulation is very good. It's basically like spot on. So with the invasion of different handhelds popping up every single month, new ones will be released. But where does this Evercade stand? Basically in the middle of everything. Because none of the non-IPS display or the plastic build quality. I think the Evercade brings something completely new to the table. Where you're normally going to get like an Anbenic handheld or another device, the Evercade brings something else. It plays a way to play the games like back in the 90s, collect something, have physical media, support companies, and do something different. Are these extra games actually like worth our money? Oh, by the way, like I said in the main review, I'm late to the party, so I picked up a couple of these cartridges, and there are a lot of them out there. You can see it already says number 14. But I just wanted to give a quick overview, some gameplay, and give me an opinion. How good are these cartridges? So I ordered a couple of these cartridges. I couldn't order them all simply because they didn't have them all in stock. But what I noticed, like some collections are gigantic, some are like okay, and some are like really tiny. And that is something that I found very strange. Another thing I personally don't like is that we're going to get collection 1, collection 2 over a certain, let's say, company. Megacat Studios, I did a review a very long time ago when I started my channel. And I must say that I love some of these games, not all of them. But what I do like about it, that companies like these that make basically new games for old systems coming to system, the Evercade. We're going to get a really nice, beautiful manual. Oh, by the way, the game was called Almost Hero. I'm just going to be honest, I was not the biggest fan of it. I loved the layout and how it looked, but I didn't like the gameplay in general. So we're going to look at a couple of these games. Just a Duel, Little Medusa. And I think it's pretty cool, and in the future they will release more of these cartridges. I also noticed some of you, my Wicked family, commented on my main review. There is an indie card out there. That's one thing I'm definitely going to pick up. But let's take a close look at some of these games. Here we're going to get, this is the one I'm excited about, Xenocrisis and Tanglewood. One of the awesome games, 16-bit, Evercade, the Atari collection. I'm just going to be honest, I'm a big fan of 8-bit, especially 16-bit, because when I started gaming, it was on the NES, so this is for my time. We're having here the Data East, got some very cool, very awesome games like Bad Dudes. And then we're going to get the Atari Lynx. I do own the original Lynx, but it's really cool to see this game in color. So let's begin and let's try some games out. Really annoying, by the way, that every time you're booting up the freaking system, it shows Evercade. Yes, I know that I'm holding a freaking Evercade. Okay, so let's do a quick overview of some games. I'm not going to play them all. If you want to, I can play them all on my second channel, the Wicked Brain Fart channel. Let me know in the comments. So it's a mix of 8-bit and 6-bit games. Let's try the Almost Hero, the game I did play with an original cartridge back in the day. Aiming it in. What I did like about this game is the soundtracks. Crap. I didn't like the finding how it works. The only thing I just started to do is jump and do a fly kick. If I can hit the freaking guys. Ah, there it is. Or maybe there's something I'm missing out, that there isn't technique behind it. Alright, so let's try Coffee Crisis. 16-bit version. This game looks nice. I do like the gameplay. It plays way better than the previous game we tried. I do like the animation of the game. Proceed. Level clear. Alright, next up, let's try the Duel cartridge. See, this is the one I mean, like they're going to get this tiny collection. I love Xenocrisis. The manual itself is completely different, but you can see like having this double printed, very cool explanation about how everything works. I love how they made this manual, but what I don't like is I'm only going to get 2 games. I know this sounds kind of weird, but I'd rather have like 1 game than 2 games. It would be cool to have like the Xenocrisis game you can buy separately. Yeah, maybe it doesn't make any sense, but that's what I feel about it. But this is like a game that I play very often on my Evercade. Got some amazing soundtracks. Crap, out of ammo. Still need to play it a lot because, oh man, I'm not good at this. Oh crap, see, I'm almost getting hit somewhere. Okay, Tanglewood is the first time that I have played it, but the thing is, like, I've watched some videos before and I noticed that this game is a beautiful looking 16-bit game. And an awesome addition to the Evercade. Next up, let's try Data East Collection number 1. I do like the Data East games, not all of them. Burger King's cool, Bad Dudes. Burning Rubber 2 Crew Dudes is also a very cool game. Joe Mac 2, Magical Drop 2. So this is quite a big collection and it comes with a variation of games. So let's play a couple of these games and just see how they are running on the Evercade. Let's put the manual back in and then we're going to look at it again. Alright, so let's see, Bad Dude. Let's try this game. The 2 Crew Dudes. Not the best beat 'em ups, but it's a really fun game to play. Just kick him in the balls. Pretty cool adventure game. I did play the arcade game. I did like that one too. But this is more, of course, an adventure game. Yeah, slap everything with my stick of naughtiness. Oh, that guy needed a couple of hits. Magical Drop. Oh man. On my Games arcade machine, I'm so addicted to this game. These are the games that I can play all freaking day. Next up, it's time for the Evercade Atari Lynx Collection 2. Oh, by the way, I completely forget to mention it every time, but I'm scrolling through this. This let me think about all these Chinese handhelds and make exactly the same freaking sound. Oh, Atari Lynx. I did play a couple of times on it, but that this thing, the original one, has such a horrible display. Okay, that's it. But if you're into the Atari Lynx, this is just a really great way to play those old games again. I don't know how it's in different countries, but here we can find Atari Lynx handheld, but they are quite expensive. So when it comes to the Evercade, I really love the idea behind it, even now in 2021, where we're having so many freaking options when it comes to playing some retro games on the go. Because it's an invasion of handhelds from China, but this device brings something new to the table, and I love it. The way you can just buy games, and especially when it comes to like indie games, you can support the creators of it. I love to see like a separate cartridge for Xeno Crisis. To be honest, the Tanglewood is not my kind of a game, and that's the thing that I struggle with. Like, I buy the game, I'm paying for both games, but I only want one. So I think the best way they can go, in my opinion, give one big collection that have everything, or just get like the really cool games, give it like a single cartridge. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. And overall, I do like the idea behind it. I will not collect them all, maybe for review purpose, but not for like having it in a collection, because I want to keep my name like Wicked Gamer and Collector, not a Wicked Gamer and Hoarder. Okay guys, so here we're having like the pros and cons, in my opinion, when it comes to the Evercade. So my biggest complaint is basically like that we're having smaller collections. I don't mind like buying loose cartridges, because that's the point of the Evercade, but just, let's say, get bigger collections, ask a little bit more money for it, so it's more convenient to bring it with you. If you want to play interplay games, you're having only one cartridge and not like multiple cartridges. So you need to remember which cartridge has your game. But it's of course not all bad. So yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of the Evercade. I want to thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become one of the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video.